Welcome everyone. Today we have a very exciting and special build I want to show you guys. What you want to focus over here is this stats. Thorn 996. I'm about to go over 1000, but I want to make the build for you guys. So just let me quickly show you guys how it feels like to have this kind of Thorn. So here normally I just stand around, no casting spells at all guys. I'm just walking around in the hardest difficulty on veteran level 25. Those monsters, they touch me, they die. And in case you're wondering how much single damage do I do, let's have a look. So this is elite, right? And we can crit for close to 3000, 4000. And I'll show you guys again. Those annoying monsters that taunts goes away range, you hit a lot harder. Single target, you do massive damage. And it's a 4000 crit. And everything dies when it touches you. This build is so good to the point I'm only using my mouse button to move most of the time. And I'll show you guys the boss fight. So this is the boss fight, and we do really good damage against the boss as well. So the boss usually dies in about 10, 15 seconds. So this build pretty much broke the beta for the Barbarian, and I'm really excited to share with you guys. So let's get into the video. So I'm sure you guys have noticed, my highest Thorn at the moment is 996. And what that means is, when enemy hits me, they will take that much damage every time they hit me. Now, what does it look like in-game when I'm normally not buffed up by, everything with my skills? So I'll show you guys over here. So what's going to happen is, currently without any of the skill buffs, I still have 475 of my Thorn, including the potions I'm drinking, which gives me about, I think, 50 Thorn. So let's have a look here. So this one gives me about, oh yeah, only 25 Thorn, but we have a massive Thorn multiplier, and this is so powerful. So what I want to do is, let's quickly go through the skills of choice I have, and I'll show you guys the gears. Now there is only one gear that makes this build extremely powerful. It is this weapon. I found this one as I was farming for my rogue, and this was originally on a glove. I took the glove off and used the legendary aspect and imprinted onto a level 25 weapon, and this doubled the effect from 28% to 56% of dealing AoE Thorn damage to everybody around you. And this is incredible. So I'm sure you guys are excited to see the skill build, and let's get into it. So right away, let me show you guys the skill tree. The skill tree is very straightforward. You will be going to Flay, and then upgrading Flay will give you damage reduction and also increased Thorn for 3 seconds, up to 4 times. Just this skill alone can give you over 200 Thorn, and you can start building even with this spell. This is really good. Just no more attack, you get so much Thorn. After that, I'll be going into Rend. So you see my Rend Barbarian build, I'm still going into Rend, so a lot of Rend items still work. And this Rend deals a lot of damage. So I do have level 7 on Rend with items. I'll show you guys very soon. So max level Rend to 5, and then going to the Rend Increased Fury as you hit more enemies. This allows you to do more damage against bosses and small monsters, which you don't even need to hit them. Now the special highlight of the Thorn build is going to be the challenging shot. Too excited. The challenging shot, its upgrades is amazing. The challenging shot is a long cooldown spell that have damage reduction, and it taunts enemies. But with its upgrades, the challenging shot provides bonus HP, and also challenging shot will also use your maximum life as bonus Thorn dealing to damage. I'll give you bonus Thorn pretty much. So once you cast challenging shot, your Thorn pretty much double. We'll be going into all of the Thorn perks over here. So here, 3 level into Outburst, which give us 50 Thorn and also gain 17 Thorn for bonus HP we have. And our build wants bonus HP and also Thorn. You'll see the items. And finally, increase your Thorn by 60% with Toughest Nail. And the enemy take additional damage, take additional 1% of your Thorn as bleeding damage, which works for bleeding build, right? So we also went even more durable with Iron Skin. But a lot of Dreamer testings, I actually didn't really need Iron Skin. Iron Skin was not that useful. I can even perk into something else. So Iron Skin, I went with the upgrade that Iron Skin heals us. With this ability, I don't even need potions. This is actually pretty crazy. I did not go into any skills into the brawling section, and I did go into 1 skill point into Death Blow. Very, very powerful spell, and I'll show you guys why. Because I hit for like 4000 with a crit, right? Now, because I'm worried I might have problems dealing with bosses, so I went into 1 perk into the upgrade to do 100% more damage against boss with the Death Blow, which has a 14-second cooldown, so it's not the best, but it's decent damage. We can crit for 4000 against the boss. And finally, I'm going to the Core of Engines. Very good burst and a lot of damage. And this allows me to take down the boss because it's a single target, and this is perfect for single target. I'm going into 1 upgrade of Core of the Engine because I don't have any more skill points. Ideally, I can go to the 2nd upgrade and remove this one against the boss. So this is optional. All the time you're very strong with Core of Engine, but against the boss you might want a little more damage with the Death Blow. It's not that big deal, to be honest. So this is the only variation for the build. Now that we had a look at the skill tree, let's come over to my weapons and codexes, and this is the amazing part to make the build work. We'll go starting from the weapons and we'll go onwards. A lot of weapons can still be upgraded, but I haven't found the ideal, codexes, but this is already broken in the game. So here is my weapon. This is a golden weapon that I rerolled onto the stats with strength and also damage to close enemies, damage to stall enemies, which is incredibly strong. And the imprint is that Thorn damage will deal as AoE damage to everybody around you. So against massive enemies, lots of them, they die instantly. I do have a skill gem slot. I'll talk about the gem slot very soon. So this codex is the center of the build. If you don't have this codex, it still works, guys. Don't worry too much. This is just the bonus, icing on the cake. Now as for the other weapons, I'm going with the distance enemies will be slowed and we do more damage to stun enemies. Just because I happen to have this and we're very defensive. And over here we have a very nice codex which allows me to deal more skill damage when we have higher resource. Most of the time I don't even spend my resource, I just stand there. And for the final weapon, I'm using this one, it's really good. The codex allows me to deal 200% more weapon mastery skill damage when I spend 100 fury. So what that means is, my special skill with Death Blow, which resets each time it kills one enemy, will deal 100% more damage to boss, and also this skill will deal 200% more damage against small monsters. And this is because I stacked 100 fury. And this is one of the reasons you can see pretty much, I'll show you guys again with the crits. I'm pretty happy with the crits, to be honest. So you can see here, it happens pretty consistently. So we crit for 3,900. And here we crit for pretty much 4,000. So it really depends how your lucky rolls. So 4,000. So this is the ability from this spell and combined with the with the Death Blow. And Death Blow cooldown resets each time you kill one enemy. I can pretty much kill everything that's still alive after the Thorn. Now as we go upwards with the boots, nothing too special here. I just happen to want some movement speed. I realized the build wasn't giving me a lot of movement speed, so I upgraded the boots to level 3 and I spent all my gold. You can see I spent like 200,000 gold. I upgraded the boots for more movement speed and no more movement speed. And the crowd control's not that big, I just don't have any better boots. As we keep going, we have this very durable spell. And this means basic skill normal attack will increase our damage reduction by 25% when we attack. And what you want to notice is the focus of your gears is that you want slots on them. Everything on the gear, legendary effects, everything's good, but if you have sockets, you jam into the gems to plus 39 Thorn. Unfortunately, I don't have a socket on the boots. I'm gonna upgrade that, and I don't have socket on the gloves. So basic skill grant 25 damage reduction means we pretty much can stand there, because my basic skill also grants damage reduction. I'll show you guys over here. So our basic skill also grants our 3% damage reduction times 4, so 12% damage reduction. And I have really good damage reduction, 37 plus a bunch, so everything gives damage reduction. Now going into the gloves. The gloves is not that big. This is the gloves I was using for the Rend Barbarian. Basically, Spinning Fury gives us a Dust Devil, dealing additional damage, AoE, and this is pretty nice. So just a little bonus, right? Again, I'm using these gloves because it has +2 in Rend, which allows my Rend deals massive damage. I deal 848 damage with bleeding, which is very powerful. As I keep going, I have one of the unkillable legendary codex over here. Because we're melee class, we have a lot of close range damage reaction. And when I'm close to a bunch of enemies, we heal 7.1 life up to 42 life per second. Nothing kills me. I don't even use potions anymore with this one. So what I did was, I had the codex. Now I found a golden item with plus Thorn. Notice it's 36 plus Thorn on the FX. I crafted with the codex onto the golden item, and they had a socket too. So this means I get plus 36 Thorn and also plus 39 Thorn. We'll talk about the choices of the stats very soon. And finally we have the helmet, which have a socket, and also it provides unstoppable and also damage reduction to Iron Skin, which makes me unkillable. And coming over here, we have some random items which they're not that strong. I'm just using them. Oh, I can make this over to 1,000 Thorn. I haven't upgraded this item. Once I upgrade the 35 Thorn, this goes over 1,000 Thorn. We could have made this even better, right? So this item, I just used it for the Thorn, for 35 Thorn and 4% maximum life. You want life, you want Thorn. And for the next item, close enemies, bonus damage, and also 40 maximum life. Means more Thorn, right? And finally, this item. This is actually one of my core Rend build. 40% chance of getting more fury with Rend means your Rend bleeding damage will deal more damage. And that's the choices of the Codex. And I did briefly mention about the sockets. So you want to socket your armor first. All of your armor pieces should be socketed with plus 39 Thorn. This is the upgraded gem version of the green emerald gem, I think. Yeah, it should be the emerald gem. So you want all socketed. I still have 2 pieces not socketed. And you want to upgrade the items with plus Thorn. So here the chest is plus 36 Thorn. Let me just show you guys over here what I mean by that. So we're gonna try to go upgrade. So coming over to the jeweler, and jeweler is here to upgrade your accessories. And here notice my Thorn will go up to 39. I press again, this goes up to 44. I'm loving this one, by the way, that's why I'm fully socketing into this. So now my Thorn should be over 1000 once I have my whole combo. And this is very powerful. Now as for the choice of socketing weapons, I went for damage over time, which increases our bleeding damage. And you can see damage over time again. As for the choices of socketing your amulets and also rings, I went for whatever resistance I'm lacking. So coming over to materials and status, notice here I try to get all my resist over 20 at least, and sometimes even higher. I try to get cold resist a little higher because you don't like being frozen. You don't like being frozen, right? So notice I'm trying to socket whatever resistance I am lacking of to get average defense about 30 or 20% at least on all of the resistance. And now finally, let me show you guys the skill rotations. It's so easy, it's so straightforward, and hopefully you guys like this one. And you don't need all the items to make this work. I think even just using this knowledge can be amazing with Barbarian. So as for skill rotations, what you're gonna see is I'm not actually using skills. Most of the normal mobs, you don't need to hit anything, they just die when it touches you. And it's hard for me to show you skill rotation, right? Now, the way you deal damage is by casting the challenging shot. Gives you damage reduction and also doubles your Thorn. And your normal attack also increases your Thorn, increase your bleeding, and also increase your damage reduction. So normal attack and challenging shot is enough for 80% of the content. And after that, your iron skin is not really used at all. Most of the time, a maximum of life, because this item of the chest actually heals me so much. I don't even lose life anymore. So iron skin is only used when I need the unstoppable. When I get stunned, I use this one. And the barrier and the healing is not bad. And as you saw in the replay, Death Blow is used to single out targets. And you can hit anywhere from 1500 to 4000 damage. And this is incredible. And it resets when you kill one enemy. This allows me to take elite monsters down to half HP and one-shot them. So basically, you can see this one over here. So here I was trying to one-shot or two-shot this elite, but before I one-shot him, he died too fast. So he died to the Thorn because he hit too fast. So in the end, I one-shotted the monster next to him. And this is how I use the Deathly Blow. And finally, with your ultimate call of Ancient, this is used against the bosses, or if you get lazy, press this button, everything dies. I think that's pretty much it. When you have Fury, you just go Rend and everything dies. It's so good that I don't even need to talk about the skill combination because everything dies, guys. So just to show you guys the boss. So against the boss, what you do is you just spam your spells. Everything works. Boss hits you, boss dies. You spam spells, you don't take any damage. You're so durable. So I'm loving this build, and I think we broke the beta on this one. Let me know what you guys think, and we'll be looking into more builds. I spent a day grinding for Barbarian again, so this is a build after grinding for Barbarian for 2 days. Now before you go, and if you guys didn't know, we have a new YouTube channel. So I just started a YouTube channel with my girlfriend yesterday, and you can see this is only 12 hours old, this YouTube channel. And if you guys haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe and check out the behind the scenes and also fun clips and also more stories about us. And then you get to know me a little more personally instead of just reading the news and also the games, right? So I want to share a little bit more with you guys. So make sure you check this channel out if you're interested about Matt and also Uni. She's really funny too, and she's really shy. So I want to give her a surprise and do a shout out for the new channel to get some subscribers. Thank you guys. I'll see you guys next time.